What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Musicians Talk Show podcast. This is episode 102.
That's crazy.
I'm one of your two co-hosts, Dallas Dwight.
Matt Tully.
And we are here. This is going to be a shorter episode than normal. We got busy doing some stuff that we're going to talk about in just a second in depth.
Yep.
And share some really cool stuff with you. And then I got to jet off to rehearsal. So this is going to be a shorter one than
It's
normal.
going to be a good rehearsal, though, too, because of what we're talking about. It's going to be cool. I can't wait to hear how it all goes.
Let's dive in. Let's start with the simpler of the two projects. We had two projects going on for my band, the LA Maybe.
Right.
We have a big show coming up.
Yep.
We had two projects going on simultaneously. This is one of them. This is, and now we have video. You guys get to enjoy with us. I bought 4 XLR jacks, a pedal switcher, I guess you would call it, and the housing, that black box. And Daryl, our other guitar player, put it all together for me into this. It's a kill switch.
Right.
And let me explain a little bit about why we need a kill switch.
Yeah, I think we talked about this on the show a little bit. I feel like we mentioned TalkBox stuff a little bit, but I'm not sure how deep we got into it.
I feel like I have to sneeze and it's going to kill me.
Oh, no.
It's like
not the coronavirus, dude.
It probably is.
That's all right. I didn't really want to live that long.
All I know about the coronavirus is its name. I have no idea what it is, what it's about, nothing.
Yeah, I don't really know about it either.
I
kind of wonder why it's called the coronavirus, to be honest. Like, why?
I have Bud Light virus.
What? The what virus?
The Bud Light virus.
Oh, I thought you say Corona. I've heard somebody say the Corona Extra virus one time.
That's really funny. So the reason we needed a kill switch, all credit to Daryl on this one. He came up with this whole idea, told me the shopping list I needed to get, and then was nice enough to put it together for me.
Yep.
So we had, here's where the whole problem starts, okay?
Yeah.
I wanted to use the talk box that I've had since I was, you can grab it right there and show it to the cameraman.
Oh, yeah.
Heavy. No, it's
Wrong
fucking
switch.
heavy, dude. Look at this thing. There it is, the Heil talk box. Is that how you think you say it?
That's the classic one. I think it is Hail. Heil
This
or
is
Hail.
I think it's Sig Hot. No.
No, don't get there.
This is the real one, my friends. This is a speaker. So it's got some weight to it and it's really big. And this little thing right here makes it impossible to fit on any pedal board because you can't shut a lid on it.
Right.
It just doesn't work.
It's sitting way too high.
So anyway, this thing is a pain in the ass for size and weight reasons, and also because of the way you have to run it, this particular model, which is, I believe, is like what they consider to be the real one. There's been some other cheaper ones.
That's what I was going to say. That's the one that people like swear by. That's the
Every one that you've heard, Joe Walsh / Peter Frampton, has been that exact box.
Yep.
So when I found that out when I was 13 or 14, I bought it. It's the first guitar effect ever
And
owned.
they're not cheap. They're not cheap.
That's like $150. It's not super
all it was?
expensive. Yeah.
Dude, I thought they were more than that.
I afforded it when I was 14 or 15 working at Chick-fil-A. So
There you go.
granted, I had no expenses, but
Right.
so what makes this thing such a pain in the ass is because a normal guitar pedal sits between your guitar and your amp, right? Like a distortion pedal, wah pedal, delay pedal even, I guess, whatever.
Yeah.
This sits between your amp head and your speaker. So you need to run a power. It needs to basically receive power to power the speaker inside of the talk box. I don't run an amp head and cabinet kind of thing. I run the Kemper. Thankfully, my Kemper has a power amp in it, so I can run power out to the talk box, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that works. We got that figured out. Now, when you turn on the talk box to use it, I have sound coming out of the talk box. Perfect. But also sound still coming out of the mains.
Right, which is just a dry signal.
Which is just the signal for like my normal amp.
Yeah.
So now you're hearing the talk
Covering
box
up the
and my
top.
amp.
It's
So you can't
covering
even
up the
tell I'm
top.
using the talk
Right,
box. Yeah.
exactly.
Unless you have a really skilled front of house engineer
and he's
that
mixing
knows
it
it's
right.
coming.
Yes.
There's no way you'd have to mute my guitar channel and turn up.
So what this does, it kills your cabinet with your dry signal.
Yeah, so we were trying to figure out how we could make this work. And Daryl had the idea to just put a kill switch between the Kemper main outs and the front of house board.
Right.
So basically, right here, right here,
There you go.
my Kemper would plug from my Kemper into these two that you see here.
Right.
And then these two right here would go to the front of house board.
Right.
And when I needed to use the talk box, I would click that. It would kill my guitar signal, and I would go over and click the talk box. The talk box would turn on, and it would work. Now, I have one other thing you can do is you can just leave the talk box on.
Right.
Now, it'll be honking at you through the hose the whole show.
Right.
And you'll probably know it's there. But
Right.
what I think I'm going to do is turn the talk box on at the beginning of the songs that I need it for.
And just leave it
And
on.
then that way I can just hit this. I don't have to hit two switches. And then when I'm done with it, I'll just turn it off.
Yeah, because it's not going to bother you too bad.
Yeah. And there's Daryl's really nice, clean
Yeah, that's
solder
really
job.
nice. He did a nice job on
and
that.
this right here is what makes it the kill switch.
Right,
All
that's the
these
switch
grounds.
itself.
Yeah, all these grounds or whatever go into each other, I guess. I don't know. I'm not an electrician, but it works perfectly. All right, on to the bigger and more involved of the two projects. Matt, you take it from here.
Oh yeah. So we made a teleprompter box, like you've seen some huge bands. I mean, Axl Rose uses some very similar to this. And it's just this is all when it's really rough and I was fabricating it, but it's an aluminum frame and we put a LCD screen in it and vertically, so that way he can run lyrics. Dallas is going to use this with Goliath. I guess you're going to use it too. I mean, you guys are.
I don't really sing in the GNR band.
Right. But so it's just basically a way to have all the lyrics on stage right on the floor. No iPad, no. I've always disliked seeing an iPad on a mic stand. I don't know about you, Dallas, but I just think it looks tacky.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. It kind of looks like you don't know what you're doing, even though it's totally understandable.
Yeah, it's understandable that you can't remember all the lyrics. I get that, but it does have it has a amateur look to it when you see somebody with an iPad and they're staring at it the whole time. You know what I mean? And this is big enough, I think, that Goliath can take a glance at it, back up. There it is. Yeah, good video of it. Perfect. Yeah. He can take a glance at it and get his head straight on it and then go at it. The nice thing is he's just a singer. He doesn't have to worry about playing an instrument while doing this, which I think would be add a little bit of, technical ability.
Here's Matt testing it with Netflix.
Yeah, I put my Apple TV on there and I was like, a lot of people don't know this, but bands are just watching Netflix on stage. Yeah.
Why is Dallas missing so many notes? Just sitting there watching
watching the last episode of Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, man.
I'm not focusing, dude. This is too good.
I made a little cover for it.
Yeah, talk about this cover.
Yeah, the cover I made just diamond plates, rigid. The diamonds help it give it like a nice stiff feel so that way it doesn't push into the screen. So, and we Velcroed that all on. Me and Dallas just finished all that actually.
And then this right here.
That's
if
the
you
USB.
Can see the mouse here. Yep. There it is. That's the USB hub. Then this plugs into the computer, which sits back here.
Right.
And then the foot switch, which I guess you just saw in the video.
Right, in the video. So that foot switch helps you switch it through.
So it's plugged in right here.
So you have three pedals. What do all three pedals do?
The middle one, it's programmable technically, and I'm not sure what the middle one does or could do. But basically, I have left is back and right is forward.
You don't really need a third one.
This was it booting up, but it's nice 27-inch monitor we got going on.
Yeah, really nice. And I like the vertical aspect of it to be able to switch that aspect.
Here's kind of what it looks like.
Yeah, exactly. And that's more finished, exactly. So, yeah, real clean appearance. And we're going to make ego boxes that match it, too, so that they can sit on either side of it. And you can, Goliath can jump up there, Dallas can jump up there on a guitar solo. That'll be cool.
Are you thinking they'll be the same height?
Yeah, I'm thinking we should make it like level to that top edge there, and then it'll all kind of fit together and look nice together, hopefully. That's the plan.
Have you given any thought to the dimensions or?
No, not really. I have not had time to really think about it. And
I feel like an ego box would be super easy to build though, right?
Oh yeah, I think that's
like a plate
way easier than
then
this.
Like a frame, I guess.
Yeah, that's all it is. It's 4 legs on a frame on top with whatever you want it to be on the tread for the top. You know what I mean? We could put aluminum. We could do more aluminum diamond plate like that, or we can do, we can do whatever. We can really come up with anything. So
yeah,
I actually like the way aluminum diamond plate looks painted black. Like flat black too. I think that's cool. That would be a nice top.
Yeah, kind of like your amp. Your amp has that kind of.
It has the face plate on there. That's diamond plate. Yep.
I also like that it has tread.
Right. It's a little
where a
less
smooth
slippery.
thing you might that could be a problem.
Yeah, and there's different things you can use, but the problem is when you get to like great material like stuff that is tread like grippy and stuff like that, it gets heavy. Like that stuff's just all heavy duty stuff, and you don't need heavy duty. You're just jumping on it to whatever, and it just needs to be strong enough to hold your body weight. I mean, they'll hold 300 pounds, I'm sure, but no problem. So that's cool, man. I'm excited to build the rest of it all and get it all done. That's neat. And I also wanted to potentially find out if anybody else needs these things, and I could maybe bang out some more and help myself out financially.
Yeah, it'd be good for like you were saying, like cover bands.
Yeah,
or whatever.
I mean, I think of like it's hard when you think of singer songwriter like guitar players. Kind of thing, like I don't know if they necessarily need a whole wedge, but if you have a band, if you have a full band and you trying not to make it look like you're looking at the screen, like I think that's the best way to go on the floor like that. So
yeah, for sure.
Anyways, so that's
but
that.
Then I guess the issue might arise that he's just staring at his feet the whole time.
Oh right. and I definitely think that it should only be used as like a glance down if you're like.
That's the problem with the prompter on like the tiny stages that we play for like cover gigs and stuff. Like the iPad's better in that situation.
Yes. Yeah.
Plus nobody's really paying attention to you. But for this, you can see it in the back of there.
Oh, look at that! It's right back
in Matt's camera. You can see the prompter sitting back there upside down with all the stuff inside.
Yeah, ready to go for practice. Actually, the slash hat's in there too. I can see it from here.
Yeah. Oh, that's the slash hat you're seeing. Yeah, you're seeing the little.
I can't wait to hear how practice goes today.
I'm excited. No doubt you'll hear some complaining.
It's okay. It's a prototype.
Yeah.
If anybody says anything, hey, it's just a prototype.
Yeah.
Okay, Dallas? You tell them. You got to defend me and be like, hey, you didn't know.
I don't know. Matt told me it was perfect.
That's not defending me, Dallas. That's throwing me under the bus. Two different things.
These are my new drinks, by the way.
The bubblies?
Do you like these?
I've seen people who really like them. I think I've tried one once, but yeah, they're good.
So I'm into sparkling water. So I'm doing water only for 2020.
Good, yeah.
And sparkling water, I didn't think about it when I made the commitment. I was just thinking of plain water because I love plain water. I don't have a problem with it.
It gets a little boring though.
But I never bored of plain water. I just love it too much.
Okay.
But I was thinking,
Yeah, strawberry.
I found out that Daryl was telling me that sparkling water is really good, and we looked at unsweetened, making sure it was just like clean, pure, kind of basically just water.
Yeah.
And I read that sparkling water hydrates you just as much as regular water, which surprised me.
It's interesting. I mean, it's just adding CO2, correct?
So these are, that's exactly it. So the ingredients are carbonated water, natural flavor. That's it. 0.0000000.
Perfect. And that's not cheating at all. That's perfect. And it gives you just a little different, taste every once in a while.
And it satisfies that like sharpness of like a soda.
Yeah, I don't know if I could do water for a whole year. I don't know. I barely drink water as it is, and I know that's bad, but I don't know if I could do just water.
I love water. I was I pretty much did water. I pretty much do only water by default.
Right.
So, but towards the end of 2019, I realized soda was just sneaking up on me, and I was having a Dr. Pepper every time I went out to eat or whatever. And I was just like, I'm done. I don't want it. So, funny story. Jordan and I have both been doing it since the beginning of 2019. And she bought a new sparkling water to try, and we popped it open and took a sip, and I was like, oh my God, what is that? And I turned and looked, and it had 1 gram of sugar in it.
And that you didn't like,
and
the sugar?
It was just, it like overpowered me how sweet it was. I was blown away. It had 10 calories and 1 gram of sugar, and I was like, I can't do that. That's a good sign disgusting,
then, though. That's a good sign, then, isn't it, though? Because that tells you like how addicted to sugar we get, man.
To be honest, these are pretty bitter.
Right.
But I've just gotten used to it. I really like them now.
You kind of make me want to try one again. I know I've tried.
I have some in the fridge. I have lemon, and I don't like the lemons very much, but I have the strawberries are my favorite.
All right, I might get up.
We've been trying every kind of sparkling water we get our hands on. We're just always trying new flavors. But these are my number ones right now.
Hell yeah, man! Water is definitely the way to go, man. I can't argue with the health benefactors of water.
Love water. I'm gonna sit here. Hey. Here's my thesis statement: water's bad. All right, let's get into it.
Water sucks. It really sucks. Remember Waterboy, Adam Sandler?
I never saw that movie.
Oh my God. It's so funny. Like they taunt him because he's the water boy, and they're all like, Gatorade's better. And he's like, no, it's not. Water's better. And then they finally do the snap, and he's just so pissed off. He takes off and kills the guy. He's like, because he told him water sucks or whatever.
That sounds like me.
Dude, it's so funny.
Okay, so here is our next topic.
Oh yeah.
Your favorite.
My favorite.
Okay, so I haven't listened to it other than what we just listened to while we were messing around.
Yeah. It's a lot to listen to. I mean,
this is the new 50 for 50 album released by Richie Kotzen.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a concept album, would you say?
I'd say
there's a concept to the release, at least. Let's talk about that.
It's not like a theme concept album like what we're making, but it's a concept in that he's 50 years old and he released 50 new songs, which is very unique. I don't think I really know. I can't think of anybody who's released that many songs in one just. And you know an interesting thing, because it was on his 50th birthday, he didn't even bother waiting until Friday to release it. He dropped it on like a Tuesday.
It was like a Tuesday or Monday.
Yeah. Like, why does he care? He's Richie Kotzen. And we were talking about that a little bit too. It's like, seems like Richie Kotzen might be on this type of I don't give a fuck anymore. I'm doing what I want. Like how it's a very conceptual or
I'm trying to see the last thing he released for this. So The Damn 2018.
Yeah. There was a song called he did the last thing he released technically was that live album. So if you wanted to really look, like that's the one right there, 2015. One. It's live in 2015.
Okay, so I was just seeing, like, did he write 50 new songs, like, within a year?
I don't know.
And it doesn't seem so.
No, I think he's probably had these songs.
This was 2019. In 2018, it looks like the only thing that released was that single.
Right.
He did, so the last album he released was 2017, so 3 years. That's still a lot.
Yeah. I mean, and I don't know who knows if these have been demos that he had on his computer and just decided to just bang them out. I'm like, let's finish these up.
This is one of the best ones, this album.
Yeah, that's a great album.
This is a cover of a Temptation song that's super deep and awesome.
Yeah, my favorite's the one with the red one. It's him playing guitar, like it's three of him on the front of it. It's the red one. What is it called?
I don't know. He has so many albums.
Keep going. You're almost there. Not that. Nope, that's the new live one. But it starts out with This
is one of his old shred ones. Look at that. It's hilarious.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Richie Kotzen's got such a long history.
Electric Joy. I listened to him on an interview talk about how stupid that title is.
Oh, he hates the title? That's funny.
He thought the title was just the dumbest.
That was right there. Break It All Down. That's the song. That's the one I was thinking of. All right, so that one, nice. Some Voodoo on that one, or My Addiction. Some of those songs are so good. Killing Time.
Yeah.
Anyways. But let's go to 50 for 50, because I wanted to talk about what blew me away in the very beginning of seeing it. The first song that stuck out to me after I was listening to it, the seventh song on the first, I guess you'd call it disc. Yeah, first disc. is Devil's Hand, and they put a video out for it. And it's, first of all, I'm surprised how long it is because it's 7 minutes and what is it again? 7:39.
Yeah.
The video is like 8 minutes and a half because there's just a lot of extra little stuff going on.
Yeah, like thriller.
But I mean, what a killer video and killer song. I'm just like blown away that this guy is so prolific, man.
Yeah.
We kind of got into that discussion a little bit, like who's more prolific than Richie Kotzen?
Yeah, we were trying to think, like Matt said, who's someone that you would compare to Richie Kotzen?
Right.
And we got to talking about like,
as far as like talent, I guess, and like musician
talent. And I was thinking, I wasn't even going so far as talent because I think there's lots of guys that have that quote talent. But as far as like Richie does
diversity
a
talent.
bunch of different things well. He's a great songwriter. He's an amazing singer. He's an amazing guitar player. He's an amazing piano player. And that's 4 things that he's amazing at.
Yeah. And
he's not like
mediocre at
dabbling
piano.
in piano
Right, no.
and his songs aren't that good, but he's a killer shred player.
He's
like
written the best piano
really,
song
really
I've
good.
ever heard. Regret has got to be the
yeah.
best, like in my mind. And it was transformed into a less piano, more rock version for the Winery
You've heard the
Dogs.
demo, right? The demo's amazing.
The demo is piano.
Yeah.
It's him and piano, which I fucking love.
So the story that Portnoy and Sheehan told were, they were all coming in with ideas when they were doing that first Winery Dogs album. And Richie came in and played them basically that demo like live or whatever.
Right.
And they were like, that's it. Don't change it.
Yeah.
It's perfect. Let's do it.
Yeah. I remember seeing that too. And I think they're totally right. That is 100% Richie Kotzen's genius in that song.
I'm blown away by how underrated that song is. Nobody's talking about it.
I know.
How is that possible?
You know what was crazy too, Dallas? I remember when I first met you, one of the things that I found of yours was on SoundCloud from the first, it wasn't an EP. It wasn't
Me and Trey did Regret. Yeah,
right,
we covered
you guys
it.
did Regret. And I heard that and I was like, Dallas, this guy knows who like Richie Kotzen is,
yeah.
and he knows my favorite song ever by him.
Yeah.
Like, who is this guy?
I think Regret's like one of the best songs of the last 10 years, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
And that's one of the things though that drove me to email you originally.
Yeah.
And I think it's so funny, like when you find like that kind of like little niche song or that niche thing and somebody else also gets it and you're like,
dude, you know what? I might have that.
Dude, I was gonna say, do you have it? Because it was such a good cover, and it's
I might
not.
have.
It's not.
I know
up
I have the
anymore.
cover. I might have the session
Oh shit!
that we
that's
could
cool.
look at.
That's awesome.
It's going to be under session archives.
Yeah. I remember it being so good. There it is. Oh, that's the audio.
Okay,
files.
now what I can do is I have to change the Pro Tools playback engine or whatever, but I should be able to like take you guys through this session right now.
Fine.
Okay, so we just realized that our mics weren't working while we went through this whole song and talked about it, and then I looked over and realized our mics weren't working while we were doing that. So
And we're short on time, like we mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do a skim through
we're
of
gonna
this.
skim through this session real quick for you guys. Where do you want to start?
The biggest thing we talked about is the whole song's a half step down.
Yeah, we tuned it down a half step.
Then
Trey has a nice voice. We love Trey.
We love Trey.
We said so many nice things about Trey. Now he's going to listen to this and not even know.
Yeah. Well,
It's just us sitting here. It looks like this.
Well, I'll say that I found this song when Dallas released it and put it on SoundCloud, and I was blown away by Trey's voice. And he doesn't sound exactly like Richie Kotzen, but that's fine because what he does is he emotes and he gets the emotion across just as good as Richie Kotzen does. And he doesn't have
Right.
to sound just like him. That's not the point of it. He just has a beautiful voice, obviously, and his vibrato control is awesome. Dallas did an awesome job on the lead guitar parts. We were just listening to some of those.
Yeah. So I think let's just do this. Let's just play from the solo to the end. How about that?
There you go. Yeah. With all the vocals.
And I guess we'll try not to talk too much over it. This is my very amateur piano playing.
Good though.
Some of these guitar bends are out of tune. Like that one.
Dallas White style.
Here's a rough date for you. No, there's the date.
Hey, Dad.
All right, if you
now
guys
I
haven't heard this
think
song,
I
actually, you should definitely check it out. But this is an amazing
Regret.
version of it as well.
I guess it's time to be a man and face the time that I spent using you. How did I know I'd regret? Oh, I paid it, and now I understand.
strain. The
Yeah.
strain is perfect, man.
I didn't know.
So then my favorite part of actually recording this whole song, like I mentioned earlier,
Yeah.
that you guys didn't hear, were these backing vocals that I stacked. This is just me a bunch of times, and I listened intently so hard trying to figure out
The harmonies and
on because there's so many different things going on, and they change it so much. So I don't know how close I was, but this is what I came up with. And I mentioned earlier that I guess we moved the song down a half step later in the recording process because I had recorded these all in standard.
And you had to
And then I just put a pitch plug in, pulling them down one semitone here.
Right.
So I'm going to turn that off. So you're going to hear these in the way they were originally recorded in standard.
which is better sounding, but you know.
Yeah, because when you pitch it down, it gives it some artifacts, and it's
Right.
usually subtle enough because it's backing vocals, but
Right.
you wouldn't want to do that to like a main part.
Regret. Face the time that I spent using you. How did I know I'd regret? Ooh. Ah, now I understand.
Fifth harmony there.
Ah, it's time to be a man. Ah, how did I know? Oh,
Hell yeah.
There you go. So that's
so
that one.
good, man. But I mean, I can't think of a better songwriter. I mean, I don't think of Jesus. Like Richie Kotzen is too good. Like, could you think of a higher goal to try and become somebody who's as talented as who? All right, we kind of started on this before we broke down this song, but let's talk about
That's a
other
good
people
point.
who compare
Yeah.
to Richie Kotzen.
Yeah, so we did bring that up. We didn't talk about it, did we?
Yeah.
So I think on the Richie Kotzen scale, and to be on the Richie Kotzen scale, you have to be a great songwriter, a great singer,
Right.
and play ideally multiple instruments.
Yes.
The only person I can think of that actually takes the cake and wins the Richie Kotzen scale above Richie Kotzen
Yeah.
is Prince.
Yes, and as a legendary status to Prince, obviously,
Right.
like everybody know who Prince is,
And he
He's a
plays like 50
household
instruments,
name. Yeah, he's
or
a household
played.
name, and he's a weird guy. Like he's not like you wouldn't think that somebody like him would necessarily be like some giant. I don't know, maybe. I mean, that might be a stereotype in my mind, but like people who are out there, like kind of artsy, and you know, they tend to be not the main thing, like the main everybody listens to. You know,
That's true. Yeah, kind of like hipstery.
He's out
maybe.
there,
Yeah.
man. Like some of his stuff was so different than any of the
You
pop
sexy
hits.
motherfucker. You know that one? That one's amazing.
Dude, but obviously I love Prince, but I think Richie Kotzen is probably hugely influenced by Prince, I imagine.
I would guess,
imagine.
yeah, he has to be.
I mean, he just has so much qualities that are similar, I think, but also like,
So who else did we think about? Axl Rose was on the list, but
Yes.
we think he falls short, or at least falls under
he
Richie.
doesn't play
because
guitar, so
he doesn't play
there's-
guitar, and he does play piano.
right.
I don't know. The jury's out on how amazing at piano he is.
Right,
You know,
right.
I mean, I'm sure he's great, but
Well, November Rain, like I know there was like
That's all
early
him,
demos
yeah.
where he's just playing, just the piano part, and he probably had that for a long time. So I think he's more of a dabbler in piano, which we talked about.
but
Richie
he's
Kotzen-
probably been dabbling for years.
Right, right. And
So he's probably pretty good at this point.
Right, exactly. But Richie Kotzen, we talked about, doesn't like he's not mediocre or even
he's
just
great,
like
yeah.
He's exceptional at everything he does. It's so crazy
Right.
to me.
I feel weird looking him in the eyes like this.
Yeah, that picture I thought was weird too. I really I think it's a weird picture for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
It just looks different. But all his pictures, like you look at his albums, they all look different. Like he looks like a different person in all of his pictures. In his
Yeah, his album art is questionable.
yeah.
This one, more,
Yeah.
I mean,
well, he's 50
equally
years
so,
old.
Yeah.
He's 50 years old. Maybe he's trying to show his age a little bit.
Well, he looks like he did this in Paint or something.
Right.
Microsoft Paint.
Yeah, or like just a quick filter he threw on it.
Yeah.
Something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyways, but
Who else would go on that list? Can you think of anyone?
man, it's hard. Like
I was thinking like an Elton John would go on that list.
right. Some big.
Oh,
song.
well, although he doesn't write the songs.
he doesn't write the songs.
No, Bernie Taupin. There's his songwriting partner does all the lyrics. He
okay.
just does the music.
Okay, interesting. I did
So
not
I
know
guess,
that.
yeah, I guess that takes him off.
yeah.
Maybe a Billy Joel, I guess.
Oh, Billy Joel's a good one.
I don't know a lot about Billy Joel,
He
so I
plays
can't say.
harmonica. He plays piano and he plays guitar.
And iconic songs, but I don't know a lot about Billy Joel, so I can't.
Yeah, I'm not a
speak
huge.
at
I'm not like
length
an
about that.
aficionado on Billy Joel, but obviously we know the hits. Like
Well,
You Know
everything I've
Man
heard by him, I have not been a big fan of, except for the longest time. I really do like that song.
for the longest time. Good song.
For
Yeah.
the longest.
Yeah. Man, like Phil Collins is a drummer, singer, writer. Like
I'm sure he plays some sort of keys. I don't know a lot about Phil Collins
Me
either.
neither. Yeah, I guess you'd have to kind of like really do some research, but like off the top of your head, first of all, like Richie Kotzen is not a household name. I don't think a lot of people know who he is. It's a shame.
I think most people do not know who he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a shame, but I think Winery Dogs helped him get exposure as far as like.
For sure, that's how I know him.
Yeah, I mean,
because I was way into Dream Theater. I spent an entire summer 2014, 13, and 14.
Yeah, and you hear Mike
listening to Dream
Portnoy's-
Theater.
Yeah.
And then Mike had left, and
Yeah.
he was doing this new band called the Winery Dogs. So I was like, okay, cool. And that's Billy
he
Sheehan.
did
who I know.
Avenged Sevenfold in between that time, I think too. Am I
that was
right?
like 2010. I
Yeah,
think.
like
that was
Nightmare.
before that.
It was
He was
the
still
Nightmare
he
album.
was still possibly still in Dream Theater. Maybe he just left.
I can't really remember the timeline of him, but I know he was leaving Dream Theater, and then the Avenged Sevenfold thing happened.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Winery Dogs and all
But
that
anyway,
stuff.
I knew Billy Sheehan and I knew Mike Portnoy, and I was like, well, this third guy's probably got to be pretty good then. Did you know it was originally supposed to be John Sykes?
Yes, I
But he
heard
couldn't
that.
do it.
Yeah, but he's
So
killer,
the guy-
man.
And
John
Eddie Trunk
Sykes.
was the one that recommended Richie.
And then you got we got the Sons of Apollo, which is with
Same two guys.
Bumblefoot.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Bumblefoot, Jeff Scott Soto, and Derek Sherinian as well.
yeah, so
It's a
awesome,
kind of a power
awesome
prog
trio
group.
type thing too, and it's just
Yeah,
you know.
what does a singer do in a band like that? When you have those four guys
Yeah.
behind you, you're just like, dude, do I need to be here for this? Like,
But I mean, like you take a person like Richie Kotzen, who I think can do like anything. He can make anything a fucking song. Like he's an amazing songwriter. I'm done kissing his ass now. But,
well, this was the Richie episode.
Right,
You
right.
said you wanted to talk briefly about that.
scroll through real quick. Scroll through the songs here because I want
Yes.
people to see like what this track listing looks like. It's 50
Okay, so disc
songs.
1 has 16. Disc 2 has
talk about
17.
let's talk about the concept behind
Disc
this.
3 has 17.
All right, so it's 3 discs.
Yeah.
And it's they're packed disc. Obviously, you can't fit any more songs on there than that. I don't think. If you're talking about CDs,
Two
An
sets of
album
17
would
and a
probably
16.
be 6 fucking discs. if you were getting it on vinyl,
Yeah.
which I don't know that it is on vinyl. To be honest, I think it'd be too expensive.
Well, maybe he could put out like kind of a Use Your Illusion style, like
Break it up.
like 50 for 51,
point.
50 for 52.
That's a
you know?
good point. There was a little bit of a mix up, and I know, and this is kind of all the problems that go with having an album like this. Is just normal. Like it's not the normal case. It's like what's it called?
I Am the Clown.
What am I? Yeah, there's some interesting songs on here, man. Like he really just went for it on something. But
You're right. He may have gone back in the archives and like
That's
worked
what I'm
some
thinking
new,
too.
worked
Yeah.
some up. You know?
Yeah. So the concept though of releasing 50 songs comes with an issue and several issues probably. First of all, we just talked about the vinyl. Like how do you do a vinyl thing with 3 hours and 25 minutes of music? And then also the album becomes $50 now. Your average listener who wants to hear the Richie Kotzen album, if they're not on streaming sites, because obviously it's if you're in
3 hours and 25 minutes. Dude.
He couldn't play that whole set in a show.
No.
Couldn't do it.
That's a full Guns N' Roses
Right.
show. And
Yeah.
that's runtime.
Right.
That's not talking,
Right.
breaks, live intro,
Yeah.
extended solos.
Yeah, and that's studio. Yeah, that's just a studio
Yeah.
like straightforward
That,
version.
if you played this show live with like a normal live show, I
Take you
think
5
it would be
hours.
pushing 5 hours. Yeah.
easily. Especially like how could he even play them all, dude? Like how do you remember them all?
You wouldn't. You would. Well, I mean, you could remember them all, but you would. Like
Yeah.
we know more than this for our cover set.
Right. That's true. I mean, but yeah. So, anyways, so it's $50. There was an issue with in Europe. Apparently, it was 75 pounds.
Yeah.
In Europe, and they were like, "What? This is ridiculous!" Like, because the pound is more than an American dollar.
Right.
So people were like, "This is crazy," but it was a mix-up. Apparently, I think somebody did the conversion wrong or whatever. It's supposed to be $1 a song, and I think somebody went the other way or something like that.
Yeah,
But
that's
they were
weird.
like, "We got it all straightened out." Everybody's like pissed. Basically, they're like, "I gotta pay 75 pounds to hear the new Richie Kotzen album."
Yeah.
Like, who's this Richie Kotzen guy who think he is now?
Somebody got fired for that little.
Right. I bet. But just a cool, I don't know, concept. To release it on a Tuesday, because it's just his birthday, and it's also a benchmark as far as like 50 years old. This is like the point he's reached. He's kind of now maybe aired out all his demos. Maybe this is like a clearing of the, of the palette or whatever, or like this is everything
Maybe.
he's had
I don't
built
know.
up. And I don't know. I don't really
He's
know.
got a lot of good songs about the devil.
Yeah, well, that's if you listen to all his other songs, they're kind of all about that same
Yeah.
thing too. And I think he talks about the devil as in a metaphor. I don't think it's a religious point of view, really. I don't know that because I don't know Richie Kotzen personally. But I think the devil is a metaphor for his demons, for his
Right.
problems. It could be the alcohol. It could be whatever it is.
Yep.
So that's my own interpretation.
Nice. Well, we have to roll.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we lost a little
Unfortunately,
bit of time.
because of the bumbling audio mistakes,
Yeah.
you guys are getting an even shorter episode on the shorter day.
We'll
So
make it up for you next time, maybe.
I'm betting this is a 30-minute episode.
Yeah.
We lost a solid 15 minutes out of that other one.
Yeah, we'll make it up on the next one or something. We'll come up with something cool to do.
Yeah. But thank you guys so much for watching, now we can say.
Yep.
And listening as well.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah. Hope you guys have a good week, and we'll see you next time.
Peace.